What's up, students? Welcome to IMST online classes. Okay, so after studying about the different types of heat transfer, I'm sure you all must be eager to know what's next. Okay, so today we are going to study about one interesting phenomenon that is mostly occurring in the coastal areas. Okay, and we are also going to study about applications of heat transfer. Well, it is said that human beings are one of the most intelligent species, right? The most intelligent species. So we have taught ourselves how to take advantage of such natural phenomena. So we have also taught ourselves how to take the advantage of heat transfer. So we'll see there how we use the process of heat transfer for our own benefits. Okay. So let's move on to the topic. I'm sure you must recall that what was convection. Okay, heat transfer by the process of convection. In this process, mainly what happened? In this process, the molecules, carrying the heat, they move from one region to from the hotter region to colder region. So in the coastal areas, an interesting thing happens. What happens that suppose this is a coastal area, this is the sea part, and this is the land area, and during the daytime. Okay. So during the daytime, what happens? During the daytime, the land gets heated very much quickly. So land it becomes very much hot. During the daytime, much quicker. It is much hotter as compared to sea. It is quite cold. Colder we can say. Less hotter or we can say colder. So land it becomes it quickly becomes heated up. So what happens? Since land is heated up much quickly, the air what is present on the land, okay, the air particles that are present on above the land area, they also get heated up. Okay, they absorb the heat from the land. So what they do in this case, the air since it gets heated up, it becomes lighter. Okay, hot air are generally lighter. Lighter. Okay, so we can say during the daytime, okay, in coastal areas, land gets heated much quickly as compared to sea. Okay, so during the daytime, the land it gets much hotter as compared to sea. So the air they absorb the heat from the land and they also get heated up, so they become lighter. So what the air molecules do? They move up. So the air molecules which are here, they moved up. Okay, so that means if these molecules they went upside, here nothing is there. Here it is empty, right? So now the air above the sea, okay, the air above the sea, they are colder, right? So here it is hot air now. So here this air molecules, what they are? Above the sea, the air molecules are cold air as compared to this. So since a gap is created here, this cold air they flow towards the land. Okay, they flow towards the land to fill this gap. So understood? So during the daytime, cold air blows from sea to the land. This flow of wind is called as sea breeze. Okay, so the flow of air, or we can say cold air, from sea towards land is called as sea breeze. Okay. So what is sea breeze? The cold air blowing from sea to land during the daytime. Okay. So if in future or if you already have a house near to the coastal areas, so you should during the daytime you should keep open the windows or doors that is facing towards the sea in the morning. In this case, you will get colder air. Okay. So this is what happens during the daytime. So let's see what happens during the night time. Ready? Okay. Now let's see what happens during the night time. Okay. So during the night time, the temperature generally decreases, right? The temperature falls. So now, when the temperature is decreasing, land cools much faster than sea. Okay. So land it cools much faster than sea. So at night, land is generally becomes the colder area. Okay, land is the colder area, and sea is comparatively hotter area. So at night, land becomes cool much quickly. So this becomes the colder area. This becomes the hotter area. So that means the air particles. Okay, the air particles that is present above the sea, they are generally hot, so they become the hot air. Okay, and the air particles present near the land, they are the cold particles. So hot air, since they are lighter, they will move up. Hot air, they starts to move. Hot air. Okay, so here the hot air, they start to move up. So what happens here? This area, they go up. So if they move up, that means there is nothing, right? Here, now here there is a gap. A gap is being created here. Now, since here the air is generally colder, the air is colder at night. So what will do? This air, it will move here, okay, to decrease the or to fill the gap, right? So this air, it will move toward. So now where? So the air is now moving from land towards the sea. So this air, this flow of air or this flow of wind is called as land bridge. Okay, understood? So that means if you're staying in the coastal region or if you're planning to stay, then during the night time you should keep the windows that is facing the land, towards the land, not towards the sea, which is not facing, which is in the opposite direction of sea. That windows you should keep open if you want to receive the cold air. Understood? So we can say during night time, cold air blows from land towards the sea. Okay, this air flow is called as what? It is called as land bridge. Okay, this one is called as land bridge. So understood? So these are the two interesting phenomena that occurs in the coastal region, and mainly occurs due to which process? Convection. Okay, mainly occurs due to convection. Okay, understood? Oh. So now let's study about the applications of heat transfer. So now let us study about the applications of heat transfer. So here we have four different applications of heat transfer. First is that why do we prefer to wear light colored clothes during summer? Okay, then why do we prefer woolen clothes during the winter seasons? And generally said, generally why two thin blankets are better than one thick one? And last but not the least, why does the lower portion, but why does the lower portion or the bottom of the cooking utensils are generally blackened? So these four applications are what we are going to study now. So first is light colored clothes during summer. So during summer we prefer light colored clothes, or generally it is advised also to wear light colored clothes. So have you ever wondered why? Why don't you prefer a dark colored cloth? The reason is light, okay? So generally light colors reflect, okay, most of the radiations. Okay, so light colors, they reflect the light. Okay, the sunlight what is coming and falling on our body. If you are wearing a light colored clothes, it does not allow most of the colors to go inside. Rather, it reflects. It reflects the light color to go inside, and it reflects the light color to move away. So similarly, it also does not allow the other body radiations to stay inside. It allows them to move outside. So that means we can say less amount of light. If most of the light is reflected, so that means less amount of light only enters inside. Less light means less heat coming towards the body. So if less heat is coming towards the body, so comparatively our body will remain little bit colder. Okay, so that's why light colored clothes are used during summer. Understood? Good. Okay, so next, second one, woolen clothes in the winter. So why do we prefer woolen clothes to wear in the winter? Well, one of the first main reasons is that wool is a poor conductor of heat. Wool is a poor conductor of heat. That means it does not allow heat to pass through itself. It does not allow all the heat to pass through itself. So that means if we are wearing a woolen cloth and the heat that is radiating from our body, the clothes won't allow, if it is made up of wool, it won't allow the heat to leave our body. So our body will remain little bit of warm. Okay. Another reason is that there is also some amount of air trapped between the cloth and the body, and air is also a poor conductor. Of heat. Okay, air is also a poor conductor of heat, so remains trapped between body and cloth. Okay, so this air which is remaining trapped between the body and cloth, so it also allows the heat not to escape. It does not allow the heat to escape and keeps the body warm. So that's why we generally prefer woolen cloths during winter season, not summer season. Okay, don't ever wear woolen clothes in summer season. Okay, cotton clothes for summer and woolen cloth is for winter. Understood? So now if you are talking about winter season, the most what you can say satisfying thing that is done during winter season is sleeping at night, isn't it? Okay, and when you are sleeping, generally in winter season we use a blanket. Okay, if you feel very cold, we use a blanket. So suppose you are feeling very much cold, and there are two options that is given to you. Either you can use two thin blankets, or you can use one thick blanket. Which one you would choose? Well, there's a well-known saying that the more the better. So similarly here also, two thin blankets using of two thin blankets are better. Using of two thin blankets is better than only using a thick one. The reason is, when you are using two thin blankets, you are getting more insulation, more covering. There is two coverings is there, and other than that, between the two blankets, okay, between the two blankets, some amount of air also remains trapped. And as I have said here, air is a poor conductor of heat. It keeps the body even more warm than a thick blanket. So remember, next time when you are during winter, if you are going to sleep and if you are taking a blanket, you can prefer a too thin one rather than a thick one. Understood? Then, last but not the least, the darkening of lower part of the utensils. Okay? So generally you can say, for utensils which are used for especially for cooking utensils, if you see the lower portion, it is generally blackened, black color is given. Have you ever thought why? Well, it is because black color, it absorbs most of the heat. Okay? So what it is, it does? Black absorbs most amount of heat. So black color easily absorbs most amount of heat. So if the black color absorbs most amount of heat, it sends all the heats to the container, to the utensil. So it makes the cooking easier and faster. So that's why generally the utensils which is used for cooking, black color is given to it. So these are some of the applications of heat transfer. What are they? Use of light colored clothes in summer, use of woolen clothes in winter, then using of two thin blankets instead of a thick one, then blackening or darkening of the lower surface of cooking utensil. Understood? So these are the applications of heat transfer. Study it properly, and if you want to note it down, you can pause the video and you can note it. Okay? So this is for now. Have a nice day. Thank you.